Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Trekking Across the Universe here on the NDB Media Network. Please don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, and even set up that little bell so you'll know every and any time that we're on. Helps us out a great deal. We need a massive favor. We need you to head over to the Facebook page on NDB Media or NDB Media on Facebook, and we need you to do a follow or like. We got to get to 100. We need to transmit back over there again. So it would really be doing us a solid. We have quite a few people watching us tonight. Let us know who you are and hail from. And there's the first one. Hi, Hope. Good evening, Hope. I hope you are doing well. And folks, we do have quite a few people watching. So share the joy. Let us know who you are. Of course, I'm Roger. And joining me again for the second episode will be Michael. Michael, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great this evening. Looking forward to reviewing episode 2.
Excellent.
Had a couple of deaths in the episode.
Oh, spoilers galore, ladies and gentlemen. I
I
think
know
it's
that's what we're
impossible
here
to do
for.
House of the Dragon without
Absolutely.
spoilers. And Liz, good evening, Liz, House of Black. How are you doing?
Fine.
Oh,
Ran through and through.
Yeah,
yes.
didn't you see that in the end of the episode, House of Black,
Which episode?
episode 2?
House of Black at the very end?
Absolutely. You must have missed that.
Yeah, I most definitely missed that. But thank you for joining us. And we're going to get to it. Episode 2. Of course, this series is based on Fire and Blood by George R. Martin. It was written for television by Sarah Hess, who is also an executive producer, duh, and directed by Claire Kilner. Episode 2, Rhaenyra the Cruel. Liz, your thoughts as we get going on it.
My thoughts were, my emotions went up and down on it because I have always been 100% on Rhaenyra's side. But at this point, you almost could see she acted like a mother and not a queen. And she should have taken her grief and not acted the way she did. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had the fallout that we had regarding with what happened with the child. So my sympathies almost kind of went a little bit with Green there for a bit.
Michael?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I mean, it seemed to be botched. I mean, I know what he said to the people, but they didn't really follow his instructions.
Not at all.
Not at all. And so,
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Michael. Here's the thing, though, Michael. Are you sure that we didn't actually see? Maybe it said something else privately that we did not see off air.
I'm sorry, what was that? Wait, what was that?
What I'm saying is, okay, yes, Damon's crew, shall we say, to go and kill Aemon, definitely got the wrong child, or did they? Did he perhaps say, if you can't get him, kill the next in line for a son? And who else do you think they went with was, of course, Aegon's heir. You think Daemon told them that when we didn't see it off screen?
Michael?
Because even Rhaenyra was very hinting at that. Was there something else that was said?
Maybe. I mean, I do not know. I mean, I could call him up and see, but I don't think he'd answer the phone. So
Anything's possible, but I say no. Because the two idiots, Blood and Cheese themselves, in episode 1, when they showed up and Cheese had Helena, says, "Oh my God, this is the queen." He says, "No, we're after a male prince." That was it. That's
right.
what they were told.
Yeah,
so it's not that he told them. It's, I believe they flat out misinterpreted because he told them who they were supposed to go after, and
How did
Blood
they
said
misinterpret?
we're supposed to get a male prince. I'm sorry, Liz. Go ahead.
The problem is, how did they misinterpret what he said when he described Haman so well? You know,
Yeah,
oh,
with the patch and the yeah.
yeah, and a scar. They could not, no matter how stupid they were, could not have interpreted the scar. One brain cell can still figure that out.
Hope, thank you. I think Damon didn't speak on it. He just made a face, presumptuous that if Blood and Cheese cannot find Aemon, they should do what they think is best.
Yep.
Yeah. Obviously there was no alpha plan and plan B and plan C. It was just go in there, go do this, and get it done. And if you get it done properly, actually, if you get it done, you'll get the other half. Here's one half now, you'll get the other half later. Uh, Appreciate that, Hope. I have to go back and look at that scene, but I'm willing to go for that. Folks, blood and whatever, blood and cheese, they're not the sharpest tools in the shed. They're the workaday Joes. They have their jobs, and they saw a lot of Quan, and they were going to get it. That's the way I see it. So, I would just be argumentative on that. That's all. I do want to welcome everyone who's watching us on Twitter. We have quite a few people watching on Twitter. And for the first time, I'm actually monitoring the Twitter page to see if I get lucky. So if there are any comments, ladies and gentlemen, please, we might be able to see them this time. I don't know, but thank you. Give us a like, give us a little bit of love, and just let us know who you are and where you hail from. We see actually, the metrics are very high on X. So we'll see. Hope says, I'm going to patiently wait. I know you probably missed an important part of the show. A nice big streaming stew of foreshadowing. I'm going to wait till you all get to that part of the story. He. Interesting.
Ooh, maybe we should just skip that part, Roger, then.
Sure. Let's go straight to it. I wonder how it is. I don't know if we saw I'm paying attention to Helena. Liz, do you know what Hope is talking about there?
A little bit.
Oh, okay. All right. So do you guys want to jump straight there where you think it is? I do not. I flat out do not.
I do not either. I can't remember. I can't remember anything.
This is not directed at Michael. This is directed at Liz.
Uh-oh.
1,
Oh no.
2, 3, 4, and 5. So 4.5. Hope, how many pages? Everyone else, let me know how big they are. Come on.
I mean,
what's the number?
And you can't find foreshadowing in 5 pages.
Wow, you went into full D mode. All
I
right.
did,
Okay.
yes.
Ooh, all right, Michael.
Because I can't find the NDB Media host page. That's why.
Oh, I see that we're doing multiple things.
Yeah.
You don't need all that. I'm here. It's all in my mind.
Oh, Hope, I love you.
All right, Hope. Way to go. Okay, folks, one of the comments that I want to say before we get into the review of this episode is obviously this set a record for the length of or duration of an episode for House of the Dragon. It was well over an hour, I believe, the official runtime. Well, if you include all the extra stuff, I understand that the runtime they were saying was 6. How many minutes? It was more than an hour, but this one was the longest episode for House of the Dragon so far. So, I thought it was good. I have to tell you that from time to time, I will watch an episode and I'll put it on pause to see how much time is left or how much time has gone by. This is an episode that I didn't do that once. I was in all the way. An hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, okay. Appreciate that, Hope. And we already got a like from somebody named Elizabeth Olivia Cooper. Woohoo! Absolutely awesome. I like that. So, 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, Okay, the exclamation mark. I get it. Okay. Um, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I did. There was no doubt that it had my intention. It had my attention, and it had it from the very get go. I mean, this is basically minutes after episode one.
Yes, literally.
Yeah, literally, and
Especially
it gets right to it. Go ahead, Liz.
especially when you see the nursery maid coming running down the hallway carrying that blood soaked blanket or towel or whatever. You can tell, the search is on and the whole castle is panicked because you see them all there in the entryway, trying to get down the stairs and everything. They're all in a frenzy.
As a matter of fact, that is the first scene. The second scene, we see that the workers are being herded into the courtyard. And then we switch over to the king is destroying the miniature city. There's no doubt Aegon Viserys right there. That's it. Everything that Viserys was and is gone.
Well, you knew that
Aegon,
village was going to get destroyed sooner or later. That was the whole purpose of it, was all of that to be wiped out.
did you really think that? I never had
Oh,
given that thought.
yes.
Michael? I thought the city was going to stay there just for. I love miniature cities.
Well, yeah, but he was mad.
Hmm.
Is that the foreshadowing that
It was part, at
Hope
least
is
for me,
talking about?
that was part of the foreshadowing.
Oh,
That whole thing was going to be destroyed. And then with the upcoming war and everything, how all the factions are going to break apart. To me, that was part of the foreshadowing. I don't know if other people saw that. And also, I kind of saw part of the foreshadowing when the maid came running down with the bloody blanket. And could that be weaved into part of the tapestry? You notice how each season it goes by and different things are woven into the tapestry, the history, and everything is laid out. That I kind of thought possibly was part of the foreshadowing as well. Definitely that miniature.
Going before I forget, because I saw the opening again,
yes.
the second
Good.
time. It didn't hit me until I'd seen it the second time. The red, I think that's blood. And then you saw blood on things, and then it was wiped over with something else.
Okay, Michael, I missed it as well, but the imagery is some of the stuff that has already passed.
Yes.
There's an image of Luke being taken out. You can see him being taken out by the dragon. And I didn't see that the first time. Now, I did see several other review programs that they were already talking about this episode that they did not notice any changes in the title from 2 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, because Liz, Michael, last year it didn't change. Hope, did the title credits, did they change?
House of the Dragon?
Yeah, for House of the, I don't recall them changing all year.
I don't think so. But
sure,
Hope is the expert, I think. So, yeah.
Not that I noticed. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
I just thought some of it that was put in was already some things that were going to be aired on down the line, or some things that had already happened.
I think it's some of the things that, well, some has already happened, and I believe some is already coming. I'm gonna have to pay attention more, folks. I've been fortunate that ever since I stopped. And now that we're doing this program on Monday night, and thank you everyone who is watching with us and spending time with us. It's a lot easier for me to just take in the episode. Let me tell you, last year it was rough, where we were watching the episode, taking notes as we were going, and then doing the program.
We had 15 minutes.
Let me tell you, it was an adrenaline high. Don't get me wrong; it was terribly exciting. That was fun, but oh my goodness, I am now able to actually take in the episode. And I know that the next day I'm going to end up watching it either in the early morning or early afternoon. Today, I started watching it again at about 3 o'clock Pacific time. And then I was done at about 4:38. I noticed that. So taking notes is an hour and 38 minutes. It's crazy. So, it's just one of those things. But I did appreciate watching it the first time. And I guess my point is that I'm like, all right, I'm going to enjoy it. And I think in my enjoyment, I'm not paying attention as much. The second time around, I am. Liz, have you been doing that, or how many times have you seen episode 2 already?
You're going to laugh with me. I actually
4
saw
times.
it. No, I actually saw it for the first time a little after 1 o'clock today. What time was it,
Oh.
Michael? I said that I still needed to watch it.
Yeah, it's about that's
About 1 o'clock.
right,
Yeah. So, and that was because I was busy this weekend and some other stuff, so I didn't get around to it.
So I was foreshadowing you, Hope. I hope to be able to watch it more than twice myself, but for right now it's good. Now that I have a little bit of time, I'm gonna go back and take a look at some stuff. Hope, appreciate that. Appreciate the like on Facebook. So it's really good. I don't see any comments yet on Twitter, but folks, please let us know.
It's almost like the Twitter people just want to just sit back and enjoy and not interact. But that's fine. That's fine.
But I'm eternally grateful and thankful. There are quite a few people watching, and yeah, we are ecstatic. We'd love to hear some of your commentary as well, some of your ideas. So, and folks, you guys know we give our comments straight up. We either dislike it or like it. So let's go ahead and move on a little bit. Of course, the king is destroying the miniature city. He declares, "This is war. I declare war. I'm mad. I've had it. Blah blah blah. Let's go. Let's get to it." And then his brother is searching through the castle, and he notices a door, which coincidentally enough they did come through. And he goes back to where they were having the conversation earlier. He and Cole. And then he looks under the table and he found a coin. Was that it, Hope? I didn't understand the meaning of the coin underneath it. Is that because they set up a trap and somehow part of the money fell out? What was the meaning of the coin? I don't know. I don't get it. I'm talking about the coin.
Did they have different coin for different kings and queens? That's the only thing I could think of that. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that might have been, but I didn't see the details.
I didn't either. Liz?
Yeah, I didn't either. I was going to go back and recheck that. I didn't do it.
I figured that the 7 kingdoms had a regular coin, like the Roman Empire. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. The coin is a Dorn coin.
Dorn coin.
Those people don't carry Dorn coins. Only travelers do. They knew it was Damon. Yeah. Okay. I was about to say that, in the Roman Empire, they had one coin. But when you had people from outside of the empire, then they would have other that could be brought in to be exchanged. Not like that. Okay, Hope. Good one. Because I did miss that the first time. All right. Well, once again, folks, this is Trekking Across the Universe. We are reviewing The House of the Dragon, episode 2 of season 2, Rhaenyra the Cruel. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. Leave a comment in the chat room. Give us some of your ideas and comments. And please give us a like, a follow, and maybe even subscribe a little bit. And ring the bell for notification when we're on. Head on over to ndbmedia.net for all the stuff that is going on in the network, because we do have a lot of stuff going on, and we're really happy and proud of that. I call him One Eye. I forget his name, though. It's Aemon, right?
Aemon.
Yeah. I'd forgotten his name.
But yeah.
One Eye helps me. I remember that easier. So.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be calling him One Eye from here on out. And then we switch over to the scene, which is, again, minutes after the one before, which was minutes after the one before. Otto and Alicent are having a conversation where Otto explains that they will pay. Alicent believes that the gods are punishing her family and her. I'm not sure if you got that in that exchange, but Alicent, who believes in the gods, believes what she's doing with Cole is breaking all these oaths, all this. I mean, she's in sin. She sees herself in sin. And I believe that's why it goes back to episode 1 when I was talking about how she's trying to scrub the sin out.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more for her.
Yes, definitely.
Otto has an idea who it is. I don't believe he thinks it's Rhaenyra. He knows Rhaenyra. I don't believe that, because he never says it's Rhaenyra, but
He
he
also
says
knew
they
Rhaenyra would
will pay.
never. Yeah, he also knows that Rhaenyra would never kill a child
Yeah.
because he knows her father, and he always, in his own right, respected her father, even though he was doing his own plots and scheming. But at his heart, he actually respected the man. You know,
Yeah.
he watched Rhaenyra grow up. He knew this would never be. And then after, of course, the death of her own son, you know, she knew she wouldn't retaliate that way with a child.
Yeah. Shortly thereafter that, the king um, is in a tirade at the small council. I mean, this guy's still pissed. He's breaking glasses, he's breaking boards, everything. Um, and he turns to Sir Cole, and Sir Cole gave a genuine Roger-esque high school answer. I loved it because he said, "And where were you, the vaunted commander of the King's Guard?" I was in bed, sir.
Yeah, and how many of us muttered under our breath, yeah, with Queen
The
Dowager.
first time I was like, "Oh, he was tight." I missed it. The second part, I was that was my laugh because when I was in high school, I was asked one time whether I was a bed. I was a bed. Maybe so. Maybe so. Hope. Um, I I remember when I was in high school, one time I was asked, "So why didn't I show up for such an event?" And all I told them, because I was on the varsity baseball team and I clearly ditched the event, I said, "The game." And I did it like that, and I had my varsity uniform on. Seaman just looked up at me. He's like, "Yeah, right, whatever." And he crossed my name off for missing the event. But I was like, "Man, you tell the truth." Now, had he done a follow up, I'm screwed. But Hope says, "I should have said I was a bit phosphorus with your mother." Oh my god, that's funny. I don't know. He would have been kicked out of the King's Guard right away. His career would have been over. But that was funny. I like that. So, um, there. I think Otto comes in and he says, "We'll find out who did this. Who did this? Who did this? I know who did this." She's laughing at me from across the bay, and then that's where I believe Clubfoot comes in and reports that a Gold Cloak has been detained, and Otto then tells Aegon the brutal truth. Dude, you are weak. There was a hasty coronation. One of the dragons escaped and almost fried all of us. Were you there, Aegon? Do you remember that? you know, and we need to take advantage of this. We need to use this. Right there, Otto is proving the experience, the pragmatism. He's like, we might be able to win this without firing a shot. Liz?
I agree. He did it perfectly. You know, instead of this fire and brimstone, he tampered him down and came up with the perfect strategy that we have seen played in politics time and time again. Play on the sympathies of your subjects, and they will all form to you, you know, and turn their hatred to whoever you view as your enemy.
Michael, he says we need a funeral and we need the people to see the houses will renounce supporting her. He says he loves his grandson. He loved his grandson, there's no doubt. But I don't want his death to be in vain.
Well, he loved his grandson. You had it right, but his grandson is dead. We need to
Yeah.
move on and save the kingdom.
Did you want to
Now,
add to that,
who
Mike?
thought when they were having all the problems with getting through the street that the body was going to fall on the ground?
Oh God, I
Or
was
was
holding
it
my
just
breath the
me?
whole
Oh
time.
my
I
goodness.
was holding my breath the whole time, and then it got stuck in the mud. I swear to God, I was expecting it to flop over.
Was that the foreshadowing? Hope. I really thought, oh my goodness, knowing these people.
I was expecting that to happen, and all the crowd was going to go crazy,
and the head would come
and
detached
the
and roll
queen was
away.
just going to go crazy. The queen, whatever they call the mother,
Queen Dowager.
yeah, thank you.
And no, not the foreshadowing. I didn't think of that, where the string would come loose. Oh my God, that would have been
Yeah,
horrible.
that's what I was thinking, Hope, is when the body came off, the head would come detached.
Well,
and it would
roll
away.
down the road. I mean,
Yes.
Oh, I was just ready to fast forward. I honestly was, because I just went, I can't handle that if that happens. So.
Oh, I was going to be watching. I mean, I'm sorry, I would have been watching, but yeah, that was bad. So now, right after that scene, just right before that, Helena is mourning. And Allison tells her, look, this is what we need to do. It's about saving the kingdom. This is greater than you, Helena. This is what we have to do. I don't want to do it either. Because Allison said earlier, well, I don't want to do it. Well, we have to save the king from. So you and the Queen Dowager, Helena and you, the Queen Dowager, will be the ones to do it, because they will see the nicer face, the fairer sex of the empire,
gentler
or
side
the
of the
kingdom.
Regency.
Mhm.
Yes. I'm sorry, Liz, what?
The gentler side of the Regency.
Bingo. Yes. And then we see quite a few cut scenes. They go back and forth. Right away, the crowds gather in the streets, and then the funeral procession begins. Clubford enters with his tools, and he opens them up. And I've joked about that if I were ever a super spy, and the minute, or just a spy, the minute they whip out the needle, I'm like, I'll tell you anything. Just stay away with those. That was Roger right there. He tells them everything, because they did look horrible, all those tools, and he was going to use them. Blood reveals all, and then we see that the procession continues. The citizens, what were they throwing? Flowers or what?
I thought it was flower petals.
Flower petals. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I know this is a moment, but I thought the sewing string was going to come up and the head flop off. And no, not the foreshadowing. Yeah, flop off. I actually expected it to like bounce. I don't mean to be that way, but see the head bounce up and just roll off, and then down the
I'm
street.
glad I don't watch this.
And everyone aghast,
you,
or maybe the gold cloaks chasing after it. Oh my God. Oh, they call her Kingslayer during the procession.
Yes, they
I
did,
kept
and I thought
thinking
that
they
was
were saying
foreshadowing.
Kingslayer. Did they say that?
They said Kingslayer. I thought it was too.
Okay, because I heard where a curse on Rhaenyra. Now, but that's a moment away. Citizens throw the flowers, and then Blood is, "You gonna hurt me?" Says, "No, but I cannot vouch for his grace." And his grace walks in, and Kinslayer.
It was Kingslayer. Okay.
Sorry,
That's what captions
Kinslayer.
say.
Ah,
You trust
okay.
your captions. I don't trust mine.
I don't watch it with captions. Hope, you've caught quite a bit. You've educated me on some of that stuff. I'm probably one of my versions about it to put the captions on. But what does that? Okay, the funeral procession continues. Okay, sorry. I cannot vouch for his grace, though, and his grace walks in with the club. I was thinking, so is that Lucille, or what is he? Does he have a name for the club? Just curious. And I wasn't cheering for Aegon to do it, but I could see it.
I was
There was no
surprised that he took
music.
only
There was
one
no nothing.
swing. I would
Well,
have drawn it out more.
young lady, I think we heard them carve the kid once, and it
Oh,
kept
but
going. I
kept
think he
hearing
continued
more
to
and
beat
more.
him. I think he beat him to death,
That's what I
but
would have done.
cannot be 100% certain. The funeral procession continues, and the carriage is caught in a pothole. I'm like, oh man, someone's not doing their job. Where's road services? Oh, sorry. I mean, operational services. Sorry.
They probably were killed off from the last problems they had in the city, where they did something and they got rid of them all.
We didn't have rat catchers in. Wait a minute.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I don't know, but they're not in operational services. They're in building management.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, operational services was they take care of the actual directions of the roads and stuff. But anyway, I kid, of course. Someone, okay. The crowd then mobs the queens, and they were reaching up to her, to Helena. And what was it? Was it in sympathy, or it's because she was actually stuck there and they had a chance to actually like mob her? What
I think it
was
was
it?
in sympathy.
You
They wanted
do?
to touch her. Yeah, I do.
You do? Because
I didn't see it that way.
I didn't either. I felt like, this is my, they're fans. That's the best word I can say. I say fans, and they were just going, I want to touch you, and my hands are going away.
They had sympathy, right, Michael? But the
Oh
moment
yeah,
she stopped, it's like, oh my God, you're there. And another thing was that the gold cloaks were busy trying to lift up the carriage.
the carriage
So
to
they
get it
were
out of there.
not actually around. That's
No,
how the crowd was able to go up.
yeah,
It
because they're
more as
probably never allowed to get close. Because they're protected all the time. That's
Yeah.
what-
I took it more as a lot of the mobbing that happened trying to get close to the royal family after, Princess died. I thought it was more of that, more sympathy with that. I really did.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, we won't know unless we talk to one of the writers.
She never left the castle, so this was a rare event for them. She even as a child didn't venture out into the low-born world. Okay.
Correct.
Very
You
good.
notice how panicked she was when she was out there too.
Yeah, she said something earlier about I don't know them. She goes, man, it's the way it is. You have to go out there. I guess she never did go out, just on that alone.
Well, Helena was always a very special child anyway, with a lot of her thoughts and
Well, right, which we saw in episode 1 and we've seen
Yeah.
in season 1, and it remains to be seen. I'm not sure if you guys saw the comment by Hope, because I have ADHD. I can't watch anything without captioning. You are overqualified for this program, then, Hope. You need to be on with us, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's we're about 30 minutes into the program. I want to thank everyone who's watching us. Please, we'd love to hear your comments. We want to read them, we want to see them, and also just to get an idea from where you guys are around in the world. Let us know who you are and where you hail from. Why don't you drop off a comment or two? We would love to see it. For those of you on Twitter, which is quite a few, and we're just blown away by the number of people watching on Twitter. Just give a comment. We'd
Even
love
more
to.
now. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we are eternally grateful. We love doing this, and we'd love to hear what you guys have to say. We don't know it all. I mean, Hope has already educated us each and every time as to how
Every time.
Yeah.
we bow to the Queen. We bow to Queen Hope.
Okay.
And that's something coming from
I'm
me.
ready to be her hand. Michael, you would be what? The master of coin or the master of ministry? Would you be above
ministry,
all
probably.
of the under ministry?
Probably ministry.
So what would you be, Liz?
Coin is too much of a
Coin.
pain.
Oh, you would be the mistress of coin?
Yes.
Yeah, but Michael and I acknowledged our positions. So what does
Yes,
that mean?
but I was the first one to bow the knee to her.
Oh, whatever.
That's true. You were.
Oh,
Yeah.
and in my condition, I don't know if I can curtsy. So,
I don't
I
want
don't want to
see
see
a
that.
skirt.
no one wants to see that. I can totally foresee some mischief coming from Michael for sure. Oh, really?
In about, let's see, what's the date? In about 4 weeks, yes.
Rockers of Los
Yes.
Angeles.
Mhm.
Yes, Sir Cole has no business
God.
talking about honor. You are
Boy,
100%
that's
That
right on
is
that one.
so true.
Yes. And that is, I believe, the second scene where Allison and him are having the conversation as she's trying to say, hey, look, dude, water is, absolution. He's like, wow, there's nothing that can absolve me of. And then when he goes after Arik, right, with an A, Arik, because the other one is Eric.
Eric. Yeah.
That's where he's talking about honor and stuff. So I do appreciate it. Thank you, Rockers, Los Angeles. I have to assume rockers must be from Los Angeles. So thank you for checking us out on YouTube. I had not gone to the YouTube page to see if there are any comments right now, but there it is. The YouTube comments do come over.
They do. Yeah, YouTube
Yes, they
does.
do.
Yes, the Twitter
It's
ones are the
just
ones that
Twitter
don't.
is the one, and when we've
No.
attempted trying Instagram, it doesn't come either.
Okay, fair enough. Then we switch on. Okay, so what was the deal of a curse on Rhaenyra? Okay, she says, "Who did you tell?" Kristen Cole says, "What do you take me for?" She slams the door and then goes bathes her sins away. Yes, very good, very good. Let me back up a little bit on that, unless they want to comment on it. But that old man that looked right up at the queen and the queen dowager, what exactly did he say? Because I didn't have the
Closed
captions.
captioning on. Yeah.
Uh, does he say a curse on Rhaenyra, or Rhaenyra curses you? I didn't understand. Did you guys get it?
I didn't catch that.
Okay.
I remember hearing it, but
Yeah.
twice, and I don't remember which it was.
I know. I couldn't get it. A curse on Rhaenyra. Okay. All right. Appreciate that. Then we switch on over to Dragonstone, where Rhaenyra receives the reports, and she is aghast. I mean, this woman is like, "What is going on?" You can see it slipping away from her. She sees her future, being queen, slipping away. Things are out of control. But in the last episode, the son for a son.
Yeah.
And then she's playing like, I didn't order this. One of her ministers in the room says, well, there was a moment of rancor there. You were a little pissed. And then Rainey says, watch yourself. I said, well, wait a minute. She said she wanted a son for a son. Did she not at the end of the episode?
Yeah, she did.
So for
Wanted
her to be
Aemon, though, not necessarily a young child.
right.
She wanted
She said
Aemon,
she
and
wanted
Aemon only.
Aemon. She wanted Aemon's head. There's no doubt. But for her to say, it's like, well, you try to get someone and your assassin missed and still got someone. It's like, okay, hold on. All right, what does Hope say? To be fair, she did not wish for him to be killed. Her exact words were, I want Aemon Targaryen. Yes. Now, during the whole conversation, she wants to deny it all when she, in effect, issued the order. And the reality is, the people that you have working under you, folks, this is management 101. You know they're not going to do it exactly. You have to be prepared for that. You issued the order. But to say that you are not responsible for it, it's like, whoa! Your blood was boiling, clearly, and it was legitimate. There was legitimate reason why your blood was boiling. But to say that she was innocent of it, no. Just the level of the murder was just absolutely horrible. If you want something done and done right, do it yourself. Lesson
Yep.
she just learned. Now, throughout the entire conversation, did you guys notice that Damon was sitting back, a little bit satisfied with himself? It looked like to me that he was like,
Look what I did.
yeah, I got it done. I did what I was supposed to. And there's a little bit of a smirk on his face. I mean, throughout the whole, and she realizes it halfway through the whole thing. And she's like, oh my goodness. Yes, he didn't
it was
exactly
fun.
have a smile, but it was smug. And he was like, yeah, come on.
That's when she caught on. It
Yeah.
was that look between them. She knew
Yes.
immediately.
And he was like enjoying the back and forth. He's like, when are
Yeah.
you guys going to acknowledge that I got it done? You guys are all stressed out because of me, because I did what I was supposed to do. I know it sounds stupid and I apologize, but for lack of a better word, wasn't it that way?
Yeah, definitely.
He's like, come on. Right. But she didn't confront him in front of her counsel. She did it once they left. Now, through it all, Damon has a satisfied countenance almost a smirk, and then Rhaenyra realizes it. And then she gets into the conversation with him. And this is where I have quite a bit of notes. So I'm going to need all of your help to go through this conversation. You know, there's two major conversations in this entire episode, or scenes that were like, wow. And this was one of them. Kill Aemon. I was clear. She says that. And she says, I cannot be held responsible. She says, you have wounded me. And I'm paraphrasing. She says, I cannot trust you, Damon. I've never trusted you. As a child, I accepted that issue as a challenge. And he's just quiet about it. He's a bit angry about it. And then he says, do you accept me as your queen? Oh, don't forget that the queen, who never was Rainey's, knew immediately it was Damon. She looked his way the entire time. Yes, I forgot about that. Rainey's knew. Yeah. Yes, you're right. And do you accept me as your queen? And then he claps back by saying, your father was a coward. I was the better man. I was this, I was that. And she asked, did he use you to keep me in my place? And then she said, he could not trust you. He wasn't afraid of you, Damon. He couldn't trust you. And I did get that drift all throughout season 1. He is beyond a firecracker. He is beyond a loose cannon. And with a dragon, this guy is dangerous. He could not be trusted. Because he says, your father was a coward. I was a better man. Did he use you to keep me in my place? He says, he could not trust you. You struck down a child. He says, it was a mistake. Oh, my God. Damon told her he knew you would never eclipse him and his legacy, and he knew he could eclipse his brother's reign and legacy. Thank you, Hope. She says, I cannot trust you. She refers to him as, the darkness that he has is like a sword that is unsheathed. And when it comes out, it is absolutely horrible. And then he leaves. And as he's walking out, he ignores his daughter. And the daughter comes in. I forget which one of the princesses this was. Says, I need you to keep a watch of King's Landing. Stay high, stay out of view. Don't, because her son wanted to do it and she said no. But her stepdaughter, she's like, you go do it. And she asks about her father, and she says he must follow his own path.
Yeah, but going back to that original fight, if you
Yes.
use for a better word, wouldn't you be kind of feeling how Damon felt the whole time, that he was the heir and got usurped by a girl? He should have been king. In all honesty, he should have. Rhaena should never have been claimed. It should have been Damon the whole time. Granted, he's a hothead, but I think his overall loyalty is to the crown. Granted, he would probably create more mess in the long run, but his loyalty is to the crown and would have always have been.
Now, yes, I cannot argue with that. I agree. Thank you, Baella with Moon Dancer. Thank you, Hope. Michael, your thoughts on that conversation? Like I said, this entire conversation crystallized, and it was real. Let me tell you, the writers, I believe they wrote that entire thing in about 10 minutes. And then it took them about several hours to tighten up. It's easy to write for those two.
Yeah, that's probably true. But going with the succession,
Yes.
I remember. I mean, this was a big thing in season 1. Um, Trying to see who was going to succeed the king, and I mean, honestly, I mean, if you look at some of the thrones now in the succession, it's been changed in Britain recently, but it was male to male. And if there was no male child, then it was usually, as you said, it would have been Damon. But um, I mean, who knows? I mean, this is not, this is another world and a
Yeah,
different
and
realm. So, what was really the process of succession? Uh,
it
Not
it
sure.
sh- it should be progenitor, which is male, and it's got to be the first male, no matter what. And even if there's no male, it has to be the next male. In Game of Thrones, it's not necessarily. Well, Hope, tell me about this, because when Viserys claimed that she was the heir apparent, was he breaking any laws? I think it was more tradition. Liz, go ahead.
Oh no, I wasn't going to say anything.
I'm sorry, I just saw your mic. Uh, Rockers Los Angeles says seems like Damon is in it for entitlement, as Rainier is in it for duty, as her father coached her. Ooh,
Yeah, I mean that sounds good to me. I mean,
Rockers. I would have to agree with that, and I want to know what Liz has to say, because it seems like. Oh, go ahead, young lady.
I was going to say the same thing. No, I agree with what Rocker's saying. Yes, I do think he's in it for entitlement because it was supposed to be his. Rainier is in it for duty, as she's been trained, right at the knee of her father,
mhm.
But also, I think it was something that she has always been promised, always given. So she's always fought for that belief that it was hers, it was given to her. Nobody else should take it, whether it be her uncle, husband, or whatever.
Or a brother by another mother.
Yeah, kind of that too.
I do, I do believe in that, Rockers, where, not that I would be, but if I were in the spot of Damon, I think the responsibility of having to do what I need to do now, it's like I'm the second one, weapons free, man. I get to do whatever I want. So well done on the entitlement line. I agree with that 100%. So yes, he's he can do whatever he wants. He's entitled to it.
He's
He is
also
brave.
male. He's
Yeah,
also male. He can do whatever he wants,
and
whereas
he
Rhaenyra
does.
is a female.
It's tradition, yes. But we see that in the first episode when King Jaehaerys had to decide whether to pass it on to Viserys or Rhaenys, he chose Viserys. It has all lucked out previously that a male was available directly in line, not passed to someone who's not a son. The times have changed in both situations, yes. As a matter of fact, when she was chosen to be, or when she was the heir apparent, she was there up until the newborn,
Hmm.
Aegon.
Yep.
And then the whispering started. And then we know what happened in the second to last or last episode on what Allison, she misunderstood. Viserys thought he was speaking to his daughter.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing, if which we don't, well, I don't think any of us have forgotten, is that Allison believes she's doing the right thing. She's wrong. They're all wrong. So yeah, that was tough. What about what about the conversation? Do you guys have any comments on that?
No, I really don't.
Okay. My father, he must follow his own path. Will he be gone for what? A week? Week, or when will he be back? In a week? Maybe never. And then the prince flies off. Oh no, the princess flies off to King's Landing, and then there's a scene that switches where Helena looks like she's alone, but then she's followed by, I believe, at least one handmaiden. She's walking up the stairs, and then we see Aegon coming down the stairs.
But did you see that look, the cross between them? It was truly those only two could actually understand the grief they were in. Those were the only two encompassing in that whole thing. And there was a certain look that passed between them, that they understood each other.
Hope, your comments on that? Rockers, your comments on that? Michael, how did you take that scene?
Oh, I had an email. I'm sorry, so I missed what Liz said.
They
Liz,
both looked at each other, and only mom and dad, not brother and sister, mom and dad, only mom and dad could understand the grief.
Not king and queen, but the mother and father of the child could actually understand the grief of that. Because there is no doubt that, Aegon did not absolutely love this kid. It was very much, you could see it in his face and his eyes the whole time. He
Your
adored
thoughts?
him.
Sorry, Liz.
No problem.
Your thoughts, Michael?
yeah, I mean, I can see that. That's true. The parents really, that's, unless you've witnessed it or experienced it, you have no idea. You have no idea.
Okay. I didn't get that, Liz. I didn't. I am with Hope on this one. I wanted to smack him for not consoling his wife. I didn't understand. It's like, is this the first time they actually see each other? It looked like it was based on the events that were happening. And they have the moment, yes. And he continues on. She showed grief. He was still only consumed with anger. And guys, it's not that I'm right or wrong. It's I didn't see that. I wanted to smack him and say, dude, that's mama right there. That's the mother of your child. She is grieving. Yes, he's a young man, but he's a man who's married and has brought life into the world. That is the mom of your child. She is grieving.
That was why that look, sorry, Roger. I was going to say that was why that look passed between them. He was the king. He couldn't go over and console his wife. No, he couldn't do that. Not without being in privacy. But they could pass. As they passed on the stairway, you could see that. You could see in her face. She received it that way.
Okay. And I'm willing to acquiesce to that. Michael, I'm
sadly with Liz on this one too, because I really think, I mean, he had been told over and over again that he was doing stupid things, showing that he wasn't worthy of being a king. And I'm thinking, okay, he said, if I go and grieve and console her in front of everybody, that's going to look bad.
I'm with Liz on this one. I could totally see it from that side, Liz. I did not consider it from that point of view. I guess I saw it from her point of view, Helena, because when he walks past, she looks down at him. And but yes, he's out for revenge. She's grieving. I just didn't see it that way myself. So, which is okay.
But which is good because, if it's well written and well acted, you can see it from several different sides. That's the way they're trying to interpret things.
I want to give a shout out to Sarah Hess, the writer, as well as everyone on staff, and the director, Claire Kilner. Folks, did these two hit it out of the park? Oh my goodness. The direction was phenomenal. Wow, that's interesting. We see them as people, but Michael and Liz look at them as their roles and what they are. They cannot act the same as mere mortals. Interesting. I appreciate that. That's yeah, okay. That's cool. The next scene that we see, of course, is all of the princelings' items, the bed, the sheets are being removed, and Sir Cole sees them. And I apologize. I think you heard her, right? That's Husker. Sorry. That's one of my cats. I'm gonna have to go and take care of it. Otherwise, she's gonna be mewling. Sir Cole sees when they move the bed, the whatever it was, the whatever he lied on, it's full of blood, and he just loses it because while he was on, while you were on one, he was on one, and he died. So that's when he realizes he saw it. We like Kat. She wants to come chat with us. Do you want to come on over? Do you want to talk about Cheese, the rat catcher? Come on over, Husker. Oh, yes? Come on over, Husker. So, you guys all know the story, right? My daughter told me she was male. And then as she got older, she's like, oh, Dad, she's female. So, no, we're not changing the name. Her name's Husker. So, then we switch to another scene where Rhaenyra's with her kids, and they're very small. And she's playing with them. But she's worried. She's thinking on how she might even lose her kids. She's worried as a mother. And then here is what Liz told us, or what Hope said earlier. Because we have the scene where Alicent goes out to talk to Cole. And I'm trying to look for the comments. She says, who did you tell? Kristen Cole says, what do you take me for? And she slams the door and then goes to bathe her sins away. Yes, I agree. Aisha, thank you for the like, Aisha. Appreciate it. Thanks for spending some time with us. Wow. Man, that's like what? 2 in the morning out where she is?
3 in the morning.
Yeah, easily about 3.
Now, she talks about the water and absolution, and Cole says there's none for what I have done. But Alicent does need the absolution. And, she slams the door on him. Cole remains on watch. And Alicent, did you guys notice? She went completely underwater. Yeah, she went completely under. Now, I don't know if she was stressed out or if she was angry. Did you notice that she had difficulty removing her clothing? And Cole was outside? Do you think that was like, well, it could have been a lot easier had Cole been in there? Because her handmaiden was there either, right? She was alone.
I didn't see her. I think she was alone, yeah.
Oh. It was at that moment where Husker comes in. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. Cole hatches a plan. And we see the exchange with Arik. And he accuses him. This was an exciting scene. This one happened very fast. I didn't take very many notes on it. But Eric knows a little bit of what's going on because he does kind of like, yeah, all right, dude, I'll get to it. Because he talks about the dirty cloak. I said, well, sir, that was from yesterday, man. Lighten up. There's a lot of stuff that's been happening. I'm on break, man. Cut it out. And then he starts to accuse him. And he actually is able to twist Arik and make him believe that he's responsible. Haven't seen any of the programs, so won't be joining in today, but you already did. Thank you, young lady. So what do you guys think of that conversation? I loved it, how Cole was able to guilt him into doing it. Because no one knows that Cole was right up there. He should have been the one to defend, but he wasn't there. So he's able to play it. Eric, go ahead.
I think he was trying to shrug off his own guilt onto somebody else.
Yeah.
Make himself feel better.
He points out the fact that there was no guard appointed to the Queen Helena, but one is appointed to the Queen Dowager, Alicent. Yeah, he was giving him a little bit of clap back. Yeah, you're right. Michael, your thoughts on that conversation?
Yeah, well, that is true. And I mean, the results of what happened because of that conversation, guilting him into going across the bay, was significant.
I thought it was good. I thought it worked.
Oh, yeah, it worked well.
How did the guy get through the blockade, though?
What do you mean? How did he get through the blockade?
Yeah, wasn't there a blockade?
Well, no, he came up through the whole thing still in his full shield and everything, and he pretended to be his brother. And even when he came up to the door, they said, "Oh, Sir Eric, I thought you
But
were
how did he
already
get to the
inside."
island? No, I agree with that.
Didn't we see in the first episode that the young lady, Missaria, was caught in the blockade? So if the
Yeah,
fleet
no,
is
I agree.
blockading
I
King's
agree with that.
Landing,
I agree
now
with that.
we'll have to look at the map and see. But I was just like, wait a minute, wasn't there a blockade? He came in on a ship. Wouldn't he have been intercepted? A King's Guard?
Like, what are you doing here coming from the other island or whatever?
Yeah,
Coming from
Liz.
the mainland.
Liz got it. Cole was just shedding his own guilt. Appreciate that, Rockers.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he said it was his brother, as they did have a blockade in effect that King Aegon was going to eventually burn it down. Okay, well, they haven't done it yet. So, fair enough. Then we see the half siblings discussing their parents. This is the princess. She's using that. I forget what those are called. Not a ballista.
On
No, the
arrows,
ballista is a big thing. Well, she's the crossbow,
crossbows, yeah, crossbows.
and she's really accurate with it. You can see she hasn't missed one yet. And they talk about their parents and the siblings, the half siblings are having a wonderful conversation, trying to understand their parents. And Jace says something to the effect of that he wasn't certain that his dad loved him. She's like, "You idiot! Of course he did."
Yeah.
So, I thought that was kind of cool. That might come back a little bit later, though. So I don't think that was the foreshadowing. But I'm curious as to where the foreshadowing was. We're running out of space here, man. So after that, we see that Aemon spills all. Aemon then goes to. Yeah, nope. All right. I'll bend the knee on that one as well. Aemon spills all to the brothel lady. That's all I had for her. And he admits that he was angry,
But
but the
here's the
whole thing
thing:
got out of hand.
Did you notice when Damon, oh, not Damon, but Amon was spilling everything to the brothel lady?
Yep.
He was basically in a fetal position, almost like a vulnerable child.
Yeah, and there was a moment where the brothel woman or brothel lady wanted to get things going, and he's like, "Nope, not here, not right now."
Yeah.
I guess she wanted to kiss him, and he's like, "Nope, nope, nope, don't want to do any of that. Don't want to show any of that, but yet you're spilling everything."
Yeah.
Yeah, did you notice that, Michael?
Yeah.
Father Confessor is probably not the real correct Father Confessor,
Exactly. He's still a child mentally.
but has the skills of a knight. He had to grow up too fast. They all had to grow up too fast, unfortunately. Your thoughts, Michael?
I don't know. I mean, also he just looks. I'm sorry, he looks scrawny too. He didn't look like he had much meat on him. Let's put it that way. I mean, he just looks sickly, to me.
Well, there are very few people who are what we would call healthy or even bodybuilders. That would look. Interesting, Michael. I could see that though. I could not see them as what we would consider a fit specimen. Sorry, ladies.
Well, I'm just even talking about.
Guys,
I mean, he's king, or am I thinking of the wrong person?
We're talking about.
You're thinking of One Eye. We're talking about
One Eye. Amen.
Whatever. But anyway, it's like I don't know.
I thought that too, Michael. I was like, how do girls find him attractive? He is so frail and thin. Forgive me. SOB has a square jaw and he has a confidence. I could easily see, but right, he is scrawny. So she's right with you on that one, Michael.
Sorry, I'll take Damon any day of the week over Aemon. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, I have no comment because I'm not going to get in that one. And then we switch to a scene where the small folk are suffering. Um, and the small folk talks about, well, the king promised us money, and the wife, who was in the funeral procession, she says, when?
Because her own child is dying.
Yeah, because it's bad. They're suffering. So that's why I was like, wait a minute, there's a blockade. How did this guy get, all the way across? Almond looks like a malnourished Captain Crunch.
God.
Ouch.
Oh,
I'm all right with that. That's funny. I like that. May be a quote that I'm gonna have to keep that quote. Yes, I'm gonna star that one, and we're gonna save that one, folks. Uh, Hope says that is one of the people who was in the first episode. Aegon told him he would give money to first to pay for the weapons and feed them. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and that's why he said, "Hey, the king promised us he was gonna give us an advance." And her thing is when. So yeah. So then we see the shipbuilders, the brothers embrace. He talks about, dude, way to go. I understand Lord Corliss blew some your way, dude. Good job. Way to go. And then we see Corlys and Rainey's discussing the events up until that point. Oh, here we
Here
go.
we go. Okay.
Oh, all right, all right. Did I jump way ahead? Was that the conversation of Corlys and Rainey's? Inching closer to the foreshadowing. There was a lot to that conversation. There was. Of all the conversations, Rainey said, "We will not let the queen falter." Is that it, Hope? Is that where we were, foreshadowing? I did appreciate the conversation between those two. Liz or Michael, did you guys get anything out of that conversation?
I mean,
Just
I
that they were gonna
honestly
back-
think I would have noticed
Oh,
foreshadowing.
Alan and Adam. Okay, of the shipbuilding.
I
Ooh,
caught part of that. Yeah.
I skipped over that. Uh-oh, I missed it. I flat out even you telling me now, Hope. Come on. And I say this respectfully and appropriately in the realm of House of the Dragon. Come on, Hope. Talk dirty to us. Nope, keep going. It's not yet. Later scene. Oh!
Oh, golly. Maybe we should just end the program now, Roger, just to torment Hope.
Yeah, you know what? We're good. My God, we're still actually we're doing very well. Let's see, but it's got something to do with Aelin and Adam. Okay, all right. Um, right after that, Rhaenys meets Lady Missaria, and I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Missaria regrets all. It was a wonderful conversation, but she says basically, I'm a prisoner, you know. But I did give Damon two names. And then she talks about the way Damon and Hightower treated her. And she says, look, for everything that I had, I was able to do this. I eventually got a household. I got a house, a household, and a home. But then they burned it down when I was of no use to them. Says, regarding those two, I should have just probably remained a whore. And she says, or Rhaenyra, how did you get that scar? Was she talking about, did Damon give her that scar? Because didn't Damon do something to Rhaenyra in season 1? Not necessarily give her a scar, but wasn't he brutal to her?
He probably was, but I honestly can't remember. That was so long ago.
Liz, your thoughts on that? Because she asked it for a reason. Says, how'd you get that scar? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that either.
All I remember, doesn't that have to do with Alicent and with the knife right after Aemon lost his eye? Isn't that
I don't
part
recall.
of it?
You got me on that. I don't recall. Hope says, wait, go back to the conversation between Aelin and Adam. Adam says Corlys owes them. Not that Corlys owes Alan for saving him, but instead says Corliss owes them both. You will need that input for the shadowing later on. Okay. All right.
I hope you're driving us crazy.
I know. That's
It's
why I
all
think we
right.
should shut the program down. But anyway.
Now, then the brother, I guess it's Adam, right? The brother Adam, he's he's searching for food on the beach, and then he finds a crab, and then there's a dragon overhead. And then we see a view of King's Landing, and then the guy's just walking, and he's a thief. There's someone standing there talking to someone else, and then they see the rat catchers hung in public. Oh, stop, stop, stop. She's telling me to stop.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. I caught something when he picked
Is that
up
when
the
Adam
crab.
was looking up? He got the crab and then the dragon overhead? Was that it? I think she's typing away. The dragon he sees, do you know which one it was? Pfft, no.
Well, maybe was it the one that Rhaenyra told
Biana?
to go? I don't know.
That's what I thought it was, but she was flying awfully low if that was the case.
Yeah, but they're
That's
not at King's Landing.
Oh. It's sea smoke. Oh.
Oh, I don't.
Oh,
is
that
which
makes
one is
sense.
that? I don't know which one.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
That makes sense.
Which one is that? I don't know.
Lenore's dragon.
Oh.
That makes total sense. Because I saw that dragon and I'm going, why does this look familiar?
That is Lenore's dragon. He's going to claim him.
Yeah, I think so.
That's Lenore's dragon, the son of Corliss.
Remember the one that supposedly died but went away?
Actually, when Adam first showed up, I'm like, wait a minute, is that so and so? I actually thought for a moment, but I was, oh no, that's not him. No.
No, because Lenore has the Targaryen hair, the white hair.
Wow. Michael, your thoughts?
That just blows me away.
Yeah.
Hope is driving me crazy. You're stressing me out.
So do the Holt brothers. So do the Holt brothers. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, all right, you got me on that one. I'm almost afraid to go on. I think I'm going to get some other items wrong, but hopefully not. Let me know if we have to go back, Hope. Then we see the rat catchers. Okay, we saw them. And then Otto comes in, and this was a scene that made it for me. He is pissed. What have you done? And it was at that moment where, Kristen Cole says, "Hey, watch it. You're talking to. He is my grandson. Get the hell out of this conversation." I think Masera will be important in Rhaenys' cause later. They seem to have bonded by their relationships from Daemon. Yes, I believe she is going to be a major, major spy for Rhaenyra, and I believe that she's going to be. Remember, she talks about it in episode 1. They're like, hey, I never chose sides. It was always contractual. Now, Rhaenyra let her go just on the word of her husband. I think there's a little bit more loyalty there. So yes, Rockers, I agree. Go ahead, Liz.
But you had skipping a part a little bit to the end when she did let her go and she was walking to the ship. She realized who it was that was walking past. She realized that was not Eric that was walking past.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was his brother, his twin. She caught that. That's why she said, "Oh, wait a minute."
Yeah, I think she went back to warn him.
I think she did too.
Yeah.
In fact, I was half expecting the second that he burst into the room that the rest of the guard was going to be in there. I was really expecting that.
Yes, she saved the queen by turning back. Yes. Yeah. I believe so. Y'all thought it was Moon's answer, didn't you? LOL, it was sea smoke. Hope. It was a dragon.
I see dragons.
Yes, that's all I saw. I mean, I thought it was oh man, I can't remember the name now, but I thought it was a Bulgarian hornback or whatever. I know I got it wrong. Or a Hungarian thorn, the one from Harry Potter. Anyway, sorry. I know I know my dragon's good, sir. They all have different colors.
Yes,
Oh,
they
but
do.
I'm supposed to live in a colorblind society. Oh man, I don't see colors.
Better see
Three
colors.
horned tail. Very good. All right. I like that. I appreciate that, Hope. Um, what have you done? I had them hanged. Idiot. And he tells him it's my grandson, your son's blood, your mother's tears, and you threw it all away. You are thoughtless, you are feckless. And he says, we must act. Cole has acted.
That was cold then.
And then Otto's like, what the hell has he done? I mean,
Yep.
that was the undertone, huh, Michael? He's like,
No. And he did what?
it was almost parental when he's like, okay, boneheads, why don't you tell me what he did? And he basically explains what he did. And he says, alone? You sent him alone? And then he's like, God's help us all. And he says, you never think of your father, of forbearance, judiciousness, dignity. And then, of course, you F dignity. He says, I want revenge. He says, my father's dead. And Otto says, yeah, and we're all poorer for it. I'm like, oh, dude.
I'm surprised he didn't get his head cut off after
At that moment, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, but it is the grandfather. They can speak, but oh my goodness. At that moment, I was like, dude, what are you doing? I still had no idea what was going to happen in a few moments, though. I had no idea. Just like, dude, you realize he's going to throw you in the pokey for a little while, But and then he continues saying he was right about you. While he made me king. And then the line. Is that what you think? That means Otto knows.
Yes, he does.
He knows that Alicent was mistaken. He knows that up until the moment that Viserys died, it was Rhaenyra. So much so that he laughed in his face. Says, then he tells him, remove your badge, Sir Otto. You are my father's hand, not mine. He says, you wouldn't dare. I have dared. Oh my God, it was great. He was a little kid. He said, oh, I wouldn't dare. I did. I have dared. What, Liz?
I said he was like a whiny teenager.
Yes. The utteral laugh towards Aegon, you wouldn't dare, shortly returned by the king with the same laugh when he says, I have dared. I find it stimulating. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I do have that. I have dared, and I find it stimulating. Give it to Cole. My new hand will be a steel fist. He says, you will regret this. And he throws the pin to him. Otto leaves. And as he's walking out, you are dismissed. He continues walking out. Rockers actually felt Otto's pain during that scene. Elder wisdom is so needed for the Greens. Yes, Rocker. That's what I mentioned earlier. There were two incredible conversations here, and this was the second one. This is where it felt real, folks. Things are spiraling out of control. And I'm not going to compare to some historical event, but yes, the elder guy knew what was going. He says, dude, you've got to slow down. You're going to win. You're winning. But that move of you hanging them, well, I want them to see me who they're for. Oh, yeah? Now you got all the wives or the widows spitting on you and cursing your name. You think that's not going to get out? Dude, you're impetuous. You're a child. He calls them stupid in every which way. But yes, I don't, Rockers, Yeah, I think I understood it, and I was shocked when he pulled the medallion from him. That I was. I didn't expect to be pulled that quick. Did you, Liz?
Actually,
I'm sorry, Liz. You cut off a little
yes,
bit.
I said yes. I kind of did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you. I didn't hear all of it. I'm
As I
sorry,
said,
Michael.
I thought he was going to chop his head off. So that's what I thought. So
For that earlier line.
yeah. Well, he just build up. I was still thinking that. I said, is he dead? I thought
Oh,
I was looking at IMDb and see if he was listed in any other episodes after that.
oh my
That's
goodness,
cheating.
Michael.
Oh, that's
That
cheated.
that is funny. I really thought that he was going to throw him in put him in a timeout. But he relieved him of his duty. And then we switch over to Miss Arya's released. She explains why, walks to the harbor and sees Arik. And then Arik enters the castle. So yes, Rhaenyra is preparing for bed. Arik dodges his brother, but Eric did see him.
Yes, he did.
You did see
See
that,
him
right?
or felt him. One of the two. I always took it more of as in felt him, felt his presence. They're twins. They always have a sense of where each other is. It's a twin thing.
I appreciated the relationship that Eric had with the Gold Cloaks. That when Arik comes up and he says, "Dude, look, you know what's going on. Let me, let me relieve." And Sir Lawrence is like, "Okay, I get it, dude. Yeah." And Sir Lawrence, leaves, and then he enters. And then we switch on over to the conversation where Otto tells Allison what's going on, but if we're together, we will prevail. And then she says, "I have sinned." She's trying to tell her father, because earlier in the council, or earlier, she mutters that "I have sinned this." She tries to tell Sir Cold, and he's not listening. And now she's telling her dad, "I have sinned." And then he says, "I do not need to hear of it." Did she turn against Otto at that moment?
No, I don't think she turned against Otto. It was just she needed to relieve herself somehow with somebody more her father than the hand of the king. She needed to relieve herself to her father.
Hope, yes. I always thought that Otto wanted Rhaenyra dead throughout season 1 and 2, but when he was released from his duties, it became clear that he doesn't want anyone to die. He knows she must die, but he hopes it doesn't have to happen. Yes, I agree. It made him seem more likable as a character when we see his emotions when he was removed as hand to King Aegon. Yes, yes, that was real. Yeah, I most certainly agree with you. Um, she tried to talk to her daughter about it first, then her dad. Yeah, no one wanted to talk to her about it. Yeah, while they're all grieving and stuff is spiraling out of control. So, I have a classmate that sent me a comment on Facebook. I'm like, "Come on over, dude. Come on over and comment." I'm not going to read the personal ones on Facebook. So they say, "As long as we are together, we will prevail." Then Allison goes to Aegon, who is in tears. Oh no, I apologize. I skipped over. When Arik enters, then they have the fight. And it looks like Arik is going to do it, but he comes in and Eric does what he needs to do, and they're fighting. Sir Lawrence comes in halfway through, but they're butchering each other and they love each other, the two brothers. And Arik impales Eric as he's about to come down on him. But I didn't see who is the one that actually survived.
Eric is the one who survived
Then why did he take his life?
because it was his brother.
Eric did win the fight. See, because I was trying to see if he had the wound on his leg, and then he impales himself.
Oh, wait a minute. She says, "Oh, no, wait."
Yeah, the bad one won, huh? That's what I kind of thought.
I always thought it was the other way around.
No. And he asked for forgiveness. He killed his brother. It was done. That was intense. It was a good fight. I did appreciate it. And yeah, I thought Eric won. I always get their names mixed up. Yes.
Well, I do too, and I forget who was who. So
That's why I was very confused at the end. If it was Eric, why did he take his life?
I always thought it was because he had to wind up killing his brother.
He knew he was going to die anyway, so he killed himself. All right. And then we had the conversation. I'm sorry. Otto tells Ellison, and then Ellison goes to see Aegon, who is in tears.
well, if you remember, just going back a little bit,
Yeah.
there was a comment from when the other person, I can't remember who it was, came in and was going to defend the queen, and he
Sir
goes,
Lawrence.
"Which one is which?"
Oh yeah, Sir Lawrence.
They didn't know, so they couldn't tell them apart. So yeah. So that was interesting. So
Ellison goes to see Aegon, who's in tears, and then Ellison returns to Cole and slap, pushes him twice, slap, and then Cole takes her hand, and the hand does its duty. Did you guys catch that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for that one. The episode ended. Holy to the 7 gods of the kingdom and everything, folks! Wow, this was
packed
a
full.
really good episode, folks. The reason why I have 5 pages of notes is because of so many cutscenes, so many things going on. I'm not sure if you heard me earlier when I said I lost track of the time. For me, that is good storytelling, at least for me, in my humble opinion. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. Every now and then, we as commentators, reviewers, we will whine about an episode being okay. Yes, Husker, correct. That we have to go from one episode to another. Remember that? It happens where it's a filler episode because of where we're going. We have to deal with this. I didn't see any of that here. This was a well done, well directed, well choreographed. Oh my goodness. A
That
lot of
fight
stuff
scene
happened in this
alone
episode.
took him 30 hours just to perfect.
I heard about that too. Yeah, it was 30
Yeah.
hours. What were your thoughts about right, Meow Roger? Yes. Hi, Husker. Come on over. Michael, what were your thoughts on the episode? Right.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. As I said, I was afraid I was going to have to look away there for a little while, but I was glad I didn't. It was entertaining. It was well written. It was well acted, in my opinion. Some people might not agree, but I thought it was. I'm not going to say anything until we're off air. Okay, go ahead.
Liz?
Oh, I think it was probably one of the better episodes. It had so many emotional ups.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. It had so many ups and downs and valleys of it, and it almost made you sympathize for one side and then the other. And that funeral procession, it literally was a gut wrencher. I really, I felt on that point as a mother, I felt that, you know. And yes, I agree with you. I was expecting certain things to happen during that particular scene too.
Okay, guys, for everyone here and for everyone who's commenting and sharing with us, I have chosen sides. I'm Team Black, hands down. But I do like Otto and Rockers. You are so right on it. Where you said I actually felt Otto's pain during that scene. Elder wisdom is so needed for the Greens. I felt his frustration, but reading your comment, I get it, and yes, I agree with you. I did. I enjoyed that conversation, dude, and everyone. This was good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 intense conversations here because they say that in television, no one likes talky stuff. They don't. So this episode moved on very well. Hope, what were your thoughts on the episode? And Rockers, did you guys what? Did you guys want to give it a grade? I think we were doing that last year.
Yeah,
I
we
think
haven't
we
done it
were.
this year. No.
Actually, we've gone away from a lot. We had different styles and different stuff, and we generally have gone away from the grading. I know we do all the Star Trek stuff. They have grades, yes. Damn it. All right, I'm actually going to have to pause for a moment. Michael, take over, please.
Sure. Rocker says, I think only 8 episodes, no room for filler. I think it is only 8 episodes this season. I mean, a lot of shows cut down this year because, at the time they were filming, they were still dealing with COVID stuff. So
True.
a lot of episodes are not
Between
doing
COVID
what
and
they
the
might have
strike.
been.
We had both
And
COVID and the
the
strike.
COVID
Yeah,
and then the
so-
strikes, and things were just behind. So I mean that is good. And see, Hope says, whoops, I missed Hope. I loved it. I wish we could have seen more of the side characters. I would agree, but then I would have gotten even more mixed up with people. But I think they were hinting to you of what's next to come by beginning to give these other characters more time. I would agree that. I think I am going to have to do what Hope does and turn on the captions. That might help me remember who people are, because I think that's one of my problems.
Well, I think I did fairly good for only having watched it once, about 2 hours before we actually went on air. So.
But it was fresh. But it was fresh in your mind, though.
Yeah, but my mind's elusive.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying anything because mine's even worse. So I just have to do what I have to do. And I had a podcast earlier today, so this is my second one today. And yours too, Liz. You were there too, so. Yeah,
well, thank
I watched it 1.5 times. I watched the first part twice, and the end once. So I will admit that. So.
I'm one of these people who will watch it, 5, 6, 10 times.
I loved it. I wish we could have seen more of the side characters, but I think there were more hinting to what's next to come by beginning to give all the other characters more time. I think only 8 episodes. Yeah, I think only 8 episodes. I just heard about that today. I'm a little.
Yeah, and as I said after that comment, it's it was COVID, and then Liz pointed out it was the strikes. So a lot of things got cut short. So.
Yeah. Anyone doing an episode 3 analysis? Yeah, we are.
We will.
Yeah, we will.
I mean, I haven't seen episode 3, and they haven't released it as far as I know, unless you've got inside information. But sadly, we do not.
Folks, as always, we're just absolutely blown away by how many people are watching our episodes, and it's, believe it or not, it's a little frustrating because we know you guys are watching and you're not commenting. Look, Rockers, absolutely awesome. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Hope, again, thank you. And to take it a step further, if you guys want to join us, do it. Talk to Liz about it. How Liz started out.
Yeah, I got roped into these guys simply because I was a big avid fan.
Roped in, yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah, I did.
He may be asking for the preview. I
haven't seen the preview yet. So.
You know what? If you're talking about the preview, we've never done a preview analysis. Maybe we can. I don't know. I've never actually done that one, and I did see the preview, but again, I was so worried about the actual episode conversation as well. Says I would, but my kids walk in and you never know what they will say, so that keeps me in the comments section. That's what I heard from someone called Liz.
Oh, I remember that.
And then you know what they do? They still comment.
Yes, they do, and you guys comment right back at them,
which is absolutely awesome, folks. So,
not like your cat doesn't interrupt.
We just love doing this because we're privileged to be able to do this. We're fans, and we are fans of the program, there's no doubt, but we've been seeing good television for a while now. If there's something that we dislike, we say it. And if there's something that we do like, yeah, we do say it. But this darn episode was really good. So I think we had something to say about the last episode. There were some things that we weren't happy about.
Mhm.
So it just happens. But are we fans? Yeah, we are. Oh, yeah, the trailer. Okay. Rockers,
I did not see the trailer, so I
are
can't
you
even.
interested in doing an analysis on the. Oh, my goodness. Hola, Lisette. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in and commenting on our page. Do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's another fan of House of the Dragon. Lisette, you should spend some time with us. Comment about what's going on. So, but Rockers, if you want to do a program on the trailer or the preview, you need to contact us. You can contact us at ndbmedia.net. And if you want to join us, even that much better. So I think that would be fun. Let's see. I just got my fiance to start watching episode 2. He is out of state for work. I need him to catch up so we can chat about it ourselves. Yeah, I get that. Folks, look. And thanks, Rockers, for letting me know. I knew the episodes was coming. I was hoping it was going to be like 9 episodes, but it's only 8. Ah, man. That means we only have 6 more to go.
Only 6 more to go. Yeah.
All right. But you do know
Well,
that they've already confirmed. I'm sorry.
Remember last season, certain host of ours thought there were only 8 episodes in the season.
Oh, yeah.
And then we were discussing 8, and he got so depressed at the end of 8. And
Yeah.
and then what was it? You or I said, and the trailer came out. That was kind of cool. And he goes, "What trailer? What are you talking about? Isn't this over with?" Oh, it was so funny. But,
yeah, hopefully he's able to join us.
Hopefully he's going to join us next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse.
And we missed Greg today.
I think Greg is doing some things at home right now, so I sent
Yeah.
him the link. So,
But he was on with us last week. Sir Gregor.
oh, that's right, he was. Yeah, yeah.
So, all right. All I know is that I'm gonna have to go ahead and get me some more apple cider because I ran out. I thought I had more, so I do enjoy having the apple cider. But that's really gonna be it. Look, folks. Again, we're just happy to be here, and we're thrilled to be able to spend time with you guys. We love listening to your comments, and we all get something out of this, which is really neat. And I just can't wait to see the other stuff. Thank you, Rockers. Hopefully we'll see you soon, and we'll see. Contact us, man. Have a good night, everyone. See you next Monday. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to start closing it out. Michael, do you have any announcements?
Well, let's see.
ndbmedia.net, folks. Check it out. We have a lot of stuff going on.
We do have 2 guests next Friday. They are. Oh, no, I got to remember. It's been
and they're confirmed. Oh,
they are confirmed. Yes, they're confirmed. Just got to hit. I got to hit the right button. That's what's all.
From Haunted House. It's confirmed, huh?
Yes, it's confirmed.
Alexander J. Baxter and Austin Trapp.
Mm-hmm.
From some Nara Studios Dread Works, the Haunted House on the 28th. Okay.
Yeah, they are doing basically a horror play up in Canada, and it's like the producer and then like the production manager. I think that's who the other person is, and they've done other stuff too. So it should be a rather interesting conversation. And
wow.
I'm working on some others too, but we'll just have to see if they all confirm. So,
all right. Well, can't wait to see what happens in episode 3. It was really exciting. This was a good episode. Thank you, HBO. Good stuff, folks. Really good stuff. And I consider myself fortunate. I'm glad that I have a chance to speak with Liz, Michael, Rockers, Hope, and Liseth. Maybe we'll get some more comments from them next time around. Folks, thanks for commenting. For those of you that did, you enlighten us and you share some other stuff. Because like what Rocker said, that he understood what Otto was feeling. And I actually thought of it another way. But I get it. And same thing with Liz and Michael, how Hope and I interpreted the scene between Helena and Aegon. It was interesting. It's really cool when stuff like that happens. All right, Liz, do you have any announcements or anything that you want to share with?
Not at the moment.
All right, Michael, that's it, right?
Well, just look forward to mid-July when we start going crazy with season 2 of The Ark.
You're here.
We're going to have it looks
That's
like
a
we're
big
going to have
deal.
a lot of guests and a review show. So it's going to be intense then. So
We have a lot of stuff going on. It's absolutely phenomenal, and we are eternally grateful. Grateful to you, Liz. Grateful to you, Michael, and as to everyone else. I just can't wait. We have a lot of stuff going on. So stay tuned, and we hope you're able to spend time with us. So, guys, in the meantime, be well and be watching out for all that stuff on House of the Dragon. We will be on next Monday again, and hopefully, I will have Husker with me. And
we need her reviews, you know.
Maybe she'll
oh,
be the new hand of the king, queen.
final comment. The dog. Even though he kicked him, it was so sad to see the dog standing there loyally. Animals do that, and yeah, I know I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. We were already done with the episode, but even though he kicked him, the dog was loyal to him and stayed there. That was sad. That sucked. But all right, beyond that, we're good. All right, folks. This is NDB Media, trekking across the universe. Thank you. Head on over to ndbmedia.net. We'll see you guys next week. See you guys on the other side. Peace.